Flip. Nope. What's up guys, Shea Stevens here, PDGA number 77522, and I am out of bounds. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what is out of bounds, how to play it, and how to use all the rules to your benefit.
A disc is deemed to be out of bounds when it is completely surrounded by out of bounds area. Out of bounds should be marked on the signage for the hole and is usually indicated by flags, stakes, a painted line, and several other methods. On this first picture, you can see the disc is clearly out of bounds. It is on the wrong side of the line in the out of bounds area and is completely surrounded. In this second image, the disc is actually resting on the OB line. In disc golf, unlike other sports, the line is also out of bounds. So even though it's touching the line, this disc is completely surrounded with no parts touching in bounds. So it's an out of bounds shot. In this last image, you'll see the disc is straddling the line with a good portion of the disc touching the inbounds area. So this shot is inbounds and playable.
Okay, so the first option you have is one you have actually on every throw, and that is to abandon the throw. Let's say there's just horrible footing over there, you threw it into, way deep woods, there's no way out. You can abandon your throw and come back to your previous lie, in this case the tee pad. Now what happens when you abandon a throw, all strokes, all bad things that happened are forgotten, they go along with the throw. But you do get a 1-stroke penalty for abandoning the throw, so in this case, it washes out. I am throwing 3 from my previous lie, which is the tee pad. If you're on your second shot or you're somewhere out in the fairway and you wanted to abandon your lie and go back to your previous one, your group would basically make a determination of, okay, here's where we think to the best of our ability that you threw your last shot from. So you always have that in your back pocket. So if you think it's going to take you 2 or 3 shots to get out of some deep rough or something, you can abandon your throw and come back to your previous lie if that's a better option for you. In this case, I did get a good bit of distance. I think the footing's going to be good. So let's proceed up to the, where I went out of bounds and talk about that. Okay guys, so we've arrived at my lie, and as you saw in the video, and I confirmed the disc was out of bounds. Now, it is a good courtesy to let your group know, hey, yes, my disc was out of bounds, come take a look, verify. However, it is critically important, if your disc is in bounds, that you have somebody on your card verify it. This was another shot I threw, and I am, 95% out of bounds, but I got a 5% little sliver here that is in bounds. However, if I disturb this lie at all, so if I pick this disc up, put a mini down, take my meter off the OB, without verifying it with anybody on my card, the rules state the disc is assumed to be out of bounds and you are assessed a penalty stroke. So in your celebration, remember, you gotta have somebody verify before you touch it, so don't cost yourself a stroke there. Now, with regard to out of bounds, treat it with respect. This is the real reason I'm making this video, is a lot of people don't know how to play out of bounds. So this area is habitat to a lot of animals, and also the park here leases this land out to farmers. So when the grass gets really high, they come through and they cut it for feed, bedding, whatever they use it for. And that makes the park money. If we were to ignore out of bounds here and just walk and trample this all down all year, just find your lie, step and grind and twist the grass up, there would just be natural paths cut throughout this. And 1, we'd be destroying the habitat, and that's not cool because disc golf, we work within the environment. And 2, we'd be costing the park money, and that would really not be cool. So respect out of bounds. Out of bounds should really exist mainly for the protection of the environment and for park goers, disc golfers and non-disc golfers alike. So that's why it exists. Always play it with respect. I know there are cases where some designers make artificial out of bounds just to make the course harder. I think we see that more at the top level just because they need to challenge those guys. But for the most part, when you encounter out of bounds, it's probably there for a good reason, so respect it. So go in there, you get your disc, try to be as non-invasive as possible. Now, granted, this is tall grass, you might have to do a little bit of a grid search, lift some stuff up to see if your disc slid under. Do your best, we understand. And then you want to bring it back out along the line of play you think to where the disc was last inbound, so actually ballpark in the same area. Again, your group will help you make the determination of where you crossed. And then when you get here, you get up to a meter from that spot. So let's say this flag is my mark. You get up to a meter, so roughly 3 footsteps, and you can put down a mini, and that is your mark that you were playing your 3rd shot from. Now, you get up to a meter. You don't need to take all that meter. So like in this case, if I wanted to, if I'm going over the OB, trying to get to the green here, I can put my mark right up against the OB line, and I can play from here just fine. I'm within a meter. The only rule is you cannot have a supporting point out of bounds when you throw. So you can't be standing out of bounds when you throw. Again, usually this is for safety and other things. So use that rule again within your to your advantage. The last rule that's a little bit newer is the infinite along the line of play rule. So at any time you are able to go back along the line of play from your lie at the cost of 1 penalty stroke. However, you cannot be penalized twice for the same throw. So in this case, if I wanted to go back along the line of play after going out of bounds, it only cost me 1 stroke that I'm paying for the out of bounds. So let's say there was this massive tree here that I punched through it and went out of bounds, and now back in my lie and it's just in my face, I can't throw. I am actually allowed to go back on the line of play, which is a direct line from the basket, draw it straight through your lie, and keep it going. So I could, if this flag basket's up there, I could come back to here even and put my mark, so I could throw from back here and have a better angle of attack. Yeah, I lose distance, but you might actually be able to get more on the throw because you have a better angle. So these are 3 ways to play out of bounds. I hope that helps. Again, play out of bounds the way it's supposed to be played. It's for your protection, the course's protection, and use all the rules you can to the best for your benefit. If you have any questions, reach out, and as always, take care.
Thank you for watching my guide on out of bounds and how to play it. I hope it helps. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this and other disc golf content. We're getting close to our 150 subscriber goal and giveaway. Lastly, thank you to my sponsor. For all your disc golf needs, check out Berea Disc Golf.